I first want to thank you for inviting me to this amazing event. My husband and I have never been before to the Republic of Korea, and we have taken advantage of your incredible hospitality, food, and of course, cultural sites the past few days. The Republic of Korea has such a deep and rich history, and it is an honor to be here. I've been a Rotarian for 2 years. Thank you. And being here and learning from all of you has given me a deeper appreciation for the global nation of this amazing community. It is also a huge honor to follow Gary Nell. I've been an explorer at National Geographic since 2012, where I'm now an Archaeology Fellow. As an anthropologist, and during this time of unease in the world, looking out at tens of thousands of my brothers and sisters from across the globe, I have hope for our future. We have all come together from diverse cultures, religions, backgrounds, and professions in a shared purpose of fellowship and serving those in need. This reminds me so much of what it is like on an archaeological investigation, where people from across the world forget their differences to share in the excitement of exploration and discovery. This is what I want to speak about today, how I believe that archaeological exploration can serve as nothing less than the catalyst for world peace. In my 20 years of digging sites across the globe, I've learned that people's desire to protect their past and learn about where they've come from is an incredible unifier, and one we need to embrace strongly now. Let's face it, we all have an inner 5-year-old who loves to explore and find things, and we need to rediscover this love. It is crucial for our survival as a species. It can and will unite us and give us a shared purpose on planet Earth. And it is something that everyone can do. In fact, it is my dream to give everyone an opportunity to explore. I want to share that journey of my dream with you today. My work has mainly focused on Egypt, where I've been working since 1999. I've helped to excavate ancient tombs, mummies, and pyramids, as well as discover thousands of possible sites across the entire country. While I love digging, my main focus has been using satellite imagery to discover these new possible sites in a field I like to call space archaeology. If anyone here can think of a cooler job title, please let me know. No, I don't look for ancient civilizations on Mars, although the emails I seem to get every day suggest otherwise. What I do is use satellite imagery from organizations like NASA and process these images using different parts of the light spectrum to see things that are otherwise completely invisible to the human eye. I look for subtle differences in the light spectrum to examine changes in geology, soil, and ground moisture that indicate what might be buried underground. I can't see through the ground, but I look for the differences on the surface to see what's below. Here's an example from Tanis, a site everyone knows from Indiana Jones. Tanis dates back 3,000 years and was Egypt's capital circa 1000 BC. So if we zoom in on the square you saw before, this is the before image where you cannot see anything on the ground. And here is the image after it was processed, where we can see the outline of an entire city. Unfortunately, since the start of the Arab Spring in 2011, we have seen a massive amount of looting in Egypt. My team and I have mapped this looting, which you can see here, using open source satellite data from 2002 to 2013. At this famous site, called Dashur, which you see here, you can see in this progression how the looting got worse from 2009 to 2013. We used free satellite data for this 12-year period, since it would have cost tens of millions of dollars to do the entire country. We found looting at 267 sites and over 200,000 looting pits. What we found, which you can see here, is that the looting got worse in 2009 after the global recession. This proves that looting is an economic issue and shows how we can use big data to predict when looting might get worse in different parts of the world. This is a global problem that speaks to Rotary's work to improve economic development in many parts of the world. If we don't address the underlying economic causes, every site in Egypt will be affected by looting by 2040. We are running out of time, and we desperately need everyone to care more about our shared ancient history. This work led to my most recent expedition with the Egyptian government at a site south of Cairo, which you see here in the red box, called El Lisht, the capital of Egypt in the Middle Kingdom, circa 2000 to 1600 BC, during ancient Egypt's Renaissance. After significant environmental change and political strife, Egypt exploded with creativity, with stories, realistic art, and architectural innovations. Two famous kings are at this site, and many people who worked for the king would have been buried there. Satellite images, which you can see here, show massive looting at the site after 2011. In fact, here's a photo of one of the looted tombs. We did emergency excavations at one tomb within this red box because we were afraid the looters would come back. You can see the tomb here. I did not expect to find anything, so I was shocked to discover the most amazing painted pieces, which you can see, as well as the various titles of the person who had owned the tomb, like Overseer of the Treasury and Overseer of the Army. And then, one morning, completely unexpectedly, we found the name of the tomb owner, Intef, which you can see here. In fact, you can see it written out in hieroglyphs. We also found this amazing false door, partly damaged, but still readable. False doors were a portal between this world and the afterlife, through which spirits could travel. On it, we read about Intef, his titles, and we could actually see him seated at an offering table. We protected the site by installing a guardhouse, a lighting system, and full-time guards. And this year, we will start a field school to train Egyptians in how to use new technologies to protect sites. Thank you. We can't save all of Egypt at once, but we can collaborate with their Ministry of Antiquities to see what methods might work, and then we will expand to the rest of the country and hopefully the world, inshallah. Because of my work in Egypt and elsewhere, I believe that there are millions of undiscovered archaeological sites in the world. And the only way to find them is by using satellites and as yet to be developed technologies. My newest publication that's just come out is about the amazing site of Petra in Jordan, one of the most stunning and well-surveyed archaeological sites in the world, and home to the Nabateans, a great civilization from 2,000 years ago. They were geniuses at water management. They collected millions of gallons of water in cisterns, which allowed them to cultivate grapes for wine. This is incredible, considering that what you see here, Petra is in the heart of the desert and gets only 6 inches of water a year. Their wealth from trading wine and other goods allowed them to build the most beautiful temples and tombs, which you see behind me. When I was asked to survey Petra from space to find something new, I said, impossible. How could I find anything at a place where archaeologists had worked for 200 years? But when I analyzed the high-resolution satellite data using complex algorithms, I found something interesting. What you see in this rectangular box, measuring 80 meters by 40 meters. It looked human-made, but I wasn't sure. When my friend and colleague, Dr. Chris Tuttle, surveyed it, he found something extraordinary. A massive monumental platform that may be the site of a long-lost temple. He and his team used a drone to capture this amazing image. So let's zoom in a little bit. When we zoom in, you can see multiple walls, structures, and likely buried features. This is only a kilometer away from the main city, and archaeologists had missed it. That shows how much is left to discover at even well-known sites by using new technologies. These sites will unlock the mysteries of the past and tell us how cultures like the Nabateans thrived in difficult environments. They will also show us how resilient and creative humans can be in the face of enormous environmental challenges, which should give us so much hope for the future on this planet. This work led me to my TED Prize wish of this year. I wish for us to discover the millions of unknown archaeological sites across the globe. By creating a 21st century army of global explorers, we'll find and protect the world's hidden heritage, which contains humankind's collective resilience and creativity. Using the $1 million that I was lucky to receive from the TED Prize, my team and I are creating an online, interactive citizen science platform to allow anyone in the world to discover ancient sites from space and monitor looting. Today, there are only a few hundred of us space archaeologists. My dream is to have the entire world help us make these incredible discoveries. We're in the middle of building this platform called Global Explorer, partnering with National Geographic and Digital Globe, a high-resolution satellite imagery company. And I have to tell you, it already looks amazing. Here are a few examples that show a small area. And by the way, we will not be giving away any GPS coordinates on the site because we want to protect archaeological site locations. Volunteers will take a tutorial and learn about what sites and, as you see on screen, what looting looks like. They will then mark what they see. There will be rich examples off to the side to help them determine what they're looking at. We'll then take the site these volunteer explorers find and share them with experts. And here's the best part. We'll excavate and explore what the world discovers. Of course, we'll be coordinating directly with the appropriate government officials and experts to share what we find and promote site protection. I want to invite all of you to become global explorers. You can sign up on this website and help us find the world's ancient treasures. My dream is to find and protect every archaeological and cultural site in the world, encouraging everyone to play a role in their discovery and protection is crucial to achieving it. Learning more about who we are and where we've come from will inspire us to do a better job of protecting our planet for future generations. And by giving people everywhere on Earth ownership of their shared heritage, we can start a global movement. Heritage is not a conservative issue or a liberal issue. It is a human issue, and one that can contribute so much to breaking down boundaries and helping us understand that we are one people with one planet to protect together. Thank you very much.